bonjour, buongiorno, boa tarde, buenos tardes, good afternoon. Today's topic, quotes. Now, I have no idea what kind of quotes we're going to get, if they're going to be from people you're familiar with, famous or not, or whatever. And let's see what happens. And I hope you guys enjoy. Let's see. Okay. So, our first story with 158 upvotes. God created war so that Americans would learn geography. Mark Twain. Okay. Our second story with 241 upvotes. When bankers get together for dinner, they talk about art. When artists get together, they talk about money. Oscar Wilde. Now that is ironic. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but that's kind of ironic. Our third story with 54 upvotes. An expert is a person who has made all the mistakes that can be made in a very narrow field. Niels Bohr. Interesting. I think, he's very famous. All right. Our fourth story with 166 upvotes. Anybody can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and not easy. Aristotle. That was a lot of rights. Right person, right degree, right time, right purpose, right way. Some of it seemed a little bit repetitive, but very thorough nonetheless. Our fifth quote with 11 upvotes. Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself. Friedrich Nietzsche. I'm not, I butchered your name, sir, and I'm very sorry, but that's kind of what I do here. Our following quote is not showing how many upvotes it has, but it says, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. The social dilemma. Oh my goodness, that's very interesting. Very interesting. We might come back and unpack that a little bit more. I'm not sure. But let's see. Okay. Our following quote has 107 upvotes. You want to die? Then throw yourself into the sea and you'll find yourself fighting for your life. You don't want to die? Rather kill something inside of you. Arabic proverb. Oh, if you don't want to die, rather kill something inside of you. That's very interesting. And I do agree. Survival instincts will kick in. Once you throw somebody in the water, unless they really, really, really want nothing to do with their 3D vessel spacesuit anymore, but that's neither here nor there. Our eighth quote with 10 upvotes. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Albert Camus. Very, very interesting. I really like that. Our ninth quote is not showing the upvotes, but that's okay. Be honest and humble enough to learn from everybody. Ex carte, I think. But of course I probably butchered that name. That's just part of the protocol. Our 10th quote has 6 upvotes. The most important thing in a blessed life is always be tranquil and at peace, terrorized by no one. John Calvin. Great words. It's not always easy to follow, but I do like that. Philosophia. Our 11th quote with 66 upvotes. I am free, no matter what rules surround me. If I find them tolerable, I tolerate them. If I find them too obnoxious, I break them. I am free because I know that I alone am morally responsible for everything I do. Robert A. Heinlein. And I probably butchered that as well. Our 12th quote with 206 upvotes. The worst time to have a heart attack is during a game of charades. Charades? Tomato, potato. Dimitri Martin. And, he's a comedian. That probably came out in one of his stand-up skits. And if that is the case, definitely check that out for sure. I mean, I'm not sure which one it is, but anyways. Our 13th quote with 557 upvotes. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Martin Luther King Jr. Very profound, sir. Our 14th quote, ironically enough, has 14 upvotes. I can't make this up. Tears are words the mouth can't say, nor can the heart bear. Joshua Weisenbaker. Wow. Very well said. Very well said. Our 15th quote with 4 upvotes. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. Saint Augustine. Wow. I mean, we can't all have that luxury of traveling, but the good thing is we have the internet and YouTube so that you can vicariously travel and see these places potentially that, you may want to save up to go visit or go, and explore yourself and stuff like that. And, most definitely. Our 16th quote is not showing the upvotes, but that's okay. If someone doesn't want to be connected with your name, with theirs, just remember to respect their decision. Let go, move on, and disconnect. Hassan Patel. If someone doesn't want to be connected with your name, with theirs, I guess what he's referring to is marriage. I'm assuming. I'm not really sure, but oh man. Our following quote, 17th quote, with 147 upvotes. The planet is fine. The people are effed. George Carlin. Brilliant comedian. If you guys are not familiar with his work, check him out. He is not animating his body anymore. But sir, thank you for your brilliance. Our 18th quote with 2 upvotes. There is little that can withstand a man who can conquer himself. What is that? Louis the 14th? Right? 16th? Oh my gosh. Well, apparently I can't read Roman numerals either. So when in Rome, all roads lead to Rome. Do this of Romans. Okay. Our 19th quote only has 3 upvotes. The nice thing about everything always getting worse is that every year is the best year for the rest of your life. Tony Carrillo. About everything getting worse. I mean, that's an opinion. Everything's not always getting worse. Our 20th quote with 3 upvotes. In preparation for battle, I have always found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Dwight D. Eisenhower. And I would go on to say that, yes, they want to strategize, they want to have everything on the table, ideally, but there's a lot of circumstances and situations that, contingencies that they anticipate and others that they just can't anticipate. And as Donald Rumsfeld was famously quoted as saying, there are known knowns and known unknowns, but there are unknown unknowns or something like that. I'm probably butchering that quote, but anyways. Our 21st quote has 17 upvotes. Learning keeps your mind fresh. Rebel Dawn. And I would say the mind's a terrible thing to waste. So yes, learning keeps your mind fresh. Ideally, you would like to learn something new every single day. Don't let that brilliance, be depleted. So, okay, so they just put Tupac for the 22nd. I mean, he had a lot of great quotes. um, and he had a big impact on a lot of people. And it's a shame that, well, you know what, I think we're doing pretty good on time. Oh my gosh, what happened over here? Yeah, we are doing really, really good on time. So let's unpack this, because it literally just says Tupac. So I'm like, are they going to quote all of his stuff? Or are they just going to put his favorite? Oh, here we go. There's just one quote. Here we go, you guys. One moment. La agua de vida. Just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gained me as an enemy. I'm bigger than that. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table. Tupac. Very well said, sir. That is a great philosophia. Man, we went through this episode way too fast, you guys. Oh, you know what we should do too? There's 3 more left, but let's switch it up. Watch, let's switch it up. So now, in the middle of the episode, I'm going to go to the very top, and I'm going to tell the browser to filter by the top. So now, let's do like a couple more so we can do a little bit of filler before we do the unpacking and we start discussing about what we have over here on the screens and stuff. So after filtering the website, the top post with 904 upvotes, there comes a point where we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they're falling in. I love that. That is a solution-based orientation. Desmond Tutu. I'm probably butchering your name, sir, but I like your filosofia. I love that. Solution-based orientation. All right, so our following one, and we're all the way back at the top, but as you can tell by the number of upvotes, with 820 upvotes, a child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. African proverb. Wow. I'll let that one sink in with you guys for a moment. My opinion doesn't mean anything. Well, when it comes to that, I'm not a parent, so. Okay, our following story has 734 upvotes. A fire broke out backstage in a theater. The clown came out to warn the public. Oh no, and I'm assuming in costume, right? They thought it was a joke and applauded. He repeated it. The acclaim was even greater. I think that's just how the world will come to an end. To general applause from wits who believe it's a joke. Soren Kierkegaard, I think, or something. I'm not. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry for butchering your name. Man, that is just too much irony. That is just too much irony. Maybe they would have taken you serious if you weren't in costume. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Tell them the show hasn't even started yet. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure there was a better way to communicate that or something. Had the whole cast come out? I don't know. Hindsight's 2020, you guys. Our following quote has 705 upvotes. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Ernest Hemingway. Brilliant. I love the philosophia. Our following quote has 696 upvotes. I prefer peace, but if trouble must come, let it come in my time so that my children can live in peace. Thomas Paine. Awesome. Our following quote has 647 upvotes. It isn't the mountains ahead that wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe. Mr. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, Muhammad Ali. Wow. Okay. I keep checking the time because I don't want to go over, as I think the first section, we just kind of went through it so quickly. My goodness. Our following quote has 607 upvotes. The biggest difference between Americans and Europeans is that Europeans think that 100 miles is a long way. And Americans think that 100 years is a long time. Is that the right analogy? I mean, that just sounds like potato, tomato to me. I mean, how do you compare distance to time? I mean, they're relative in physics. Okay, I guess. Anyways, with our following quote, with 584 upvotes, it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. Oh man, Mark Twain. Sir, you cheeky bugger, sir. I like that. I like that. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll unpack this episode. We'll breathe, unwind, all that. Our final quote for today's episode. Man is the most insane species. He worships an invisible God and destroys a visible nature, unaware that this nature he's destroying is this God's he's worshiping. Hubert Reeves. Wow. The irony. All right, guys, let's take a deep breath together. Now, originally, I had planned to put some different displays on the screen, but I'm a little worried because of the copyright claim situation. So I decided to keep it old school, and we'll go ahead and start over there. I have played Fallout. I play Fallout 4. I think I've mentioned that already. But this is Fallout New Vegas, and arguably in the Fallout community is probably the best game. Now, and if you guys want to continue that debate, go on ahead in the comments. I'm not saying this is the best Fallout game or not, because I haven't had the pleasure of playing, but I've heard amazing things about the content, the storylines, you know, all the different things that are happening in this game, and it's awesome. I definitely encourage you all to check it out. Yeah, so Fallout New Vegas. Check it out, you guys. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and come over here. Oh, look at this pixelated loggy. Look at you Dolphy. Oh, anyways. So, this, you can't really tell, because it just looks like a bunch of blocks. But anyways, this is supposed to be Red Dead Redemption, but this is the original one. And I have played this game. It is a lot of fun. I like these sandbox, open-ended games. I ended up finding myself not even really following the story. I just really got into I would go to the town, I forget what town it was, but I would go to the town, I would see the wanted poster, and I would go and hunt down these bad guys, and it just, yeah, you know, tying them up, shooting up their, finding their hideouts, doing all, I don't know, that just to me, like, I could have just stayed doing that forever. But yeah, the storyline is cool too. There's already a part 2, which is even more detailed and more everything. So if you have not checked out this franchise, check it out. I can personally recommend this game, the first one, because I have played it. And I've seen the second one played. And man, in the second one, when it's snowing, you can walk around and you see your trail. So, I mean, there's so much detail in the second one. I love it. Oh, look, it kind of cleared up a little bit too, so you can see it a little bit more clearly, you know. But yeah, you guys, I definitely recommend you check it out if you haven't already. And with that being said, I've already talked your all's head off enough. Thank you so much for the privilege of your time. Go fit yourself. I love all of y'all. Thank you so much.